All right, I'm waiting for some audio that I sent to Dave at 10 o'clock this morning where he said, no, I didn't get it. But then I went back and checked my thing, and I saw that he did open it. And he goes, I didn't know what it was. And then I saw there was even a description with the audio. So here's a clue, Earl. When I write stuff to you, it's not for, like, fun things. It's like I actually want it on the show. I got it from a listener, and basically it's a cop who had busted some kids or whoever, stole their pot, took it home, baked it in brownies, and he and his wife ate the brownies and then got freaked out that they ate too many. And it's the 911 call.
Nice, to protect and serve pot brownies.
Any word from Dave why I'm doing this, Cyril?
No, not at all.
You're the producer. You've got guys with you. Could you send one over to him instead of you getting up yourself to run? You know what I mean? Instead, he tried to get up, and you're running the board. So what is it, Earl? Why don't you let me know?
I'm trying to get... Well, there's Pepper.
We're burning the audio now.
So he could get it all this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is the Ron and Fez show. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. I'm going to wait for this audio very, very quickly here because you got to check this out. I don't know how long it takes right now to download audio. I know I sent it last night, and there's only an hour left in the show. So before I got anything else, I'd like to hear this, Earl.
Okay, I was just told that, they were having trouble burning it with the burners in the back. And that's pretty much what's holding things up right now.
I see. Or is it holding up that this should have been done, 4 hours ago? Here's something else that got to me, Earl. I'm watching Jon Stewart last night. Don Rickles is on the show, has a brand new book. Why don't I have the Rickles book?
I actually asked for Don Rickles. He was, quote, not available. And
I asked for the Rickles book.
And the Rickles book, it should be here hopefully by today.
Is he making that up? Is he going to leave here, run out to Barnes & Noble as fast as he can, grab a book and run it back?
Borders is only 3 blocks away.
Oh!
Good one, Patty. Good one.
I'll tell you something about Patty. She's always ready with a zinger. She got you, Earl.
Your barrel laughs, Patty.
3 blocks away to Borders. Hey, he's going to make a run for the border.
He could even get 30% off with my club card.
Oh! Oh!
Earl, you're being taken to school.
I got news for you. If this is a fight, they'd stop it. It's over, Earl.
You're a real card, Patty.
Yeah. Dave, you got this audio for us?
Yep.
So basically, I gave you the premise. Now, here's the weird thing. This is a local news show that's telling the story, and when the story's over, they come back and you'll hear their reaction. But listen to the cop on the 911 call, and then later listen for the way the newscaster deals with it.
A councilman from Dearborn, Michigan is outraged over a 911 call. He wants to know why no charges have been filed against a police officer who admits to confiscating marijuana from suspects and then baking it in brownies. And once he and his wife were full and high, they thought they'd overdosed and called 911.
I think I'm having an overdose, and so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Did you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Well, instead of being charged... Sorry. Instead of being charged, the police department let the officer resign. His wife was not charged either. So far, police officials have not commented on the case.
It just goes to show you, everyone in this country has been that high that even these regular news people. I go back and listen to him because he is just the best. He's a cop who gets so high on pot brownies he doesn't know what he's doing anymore.
A councilman from Dearborn, Michigan is outraged over a 911 call. He wants to know why no charges have been filed against a police officer who admits to confiscating marijuana from suspects and then baking it in brownies. And once he and his wife were full and high, they thought they'd overdosed and called 911.
I think I'm having an overdose, and so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Did you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
That's my favorite part there. I think we're dead. We're both somehow trapped between this reality and the next. I think we died, and time has slowed down.
I didn't know dead people spoke.
They're a good one. She got you, Earl. Dead people do speak as producers.
As messed up as he is, you can still function enough to get yourself in trouble and dial those 911 numbers.
Yeah, here's the way you deal with that, brother. Ride it the fuck out. You and your wife. You throw on the Allman Brothers and you fucking make do. You don't pick up the phone and start telling people we've been eating pot brownies for an hour and a half that I stole from work. Now, have you ever ate pot before, Fez?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's what you and I got dosed with that time.
Right, yeah.
Remember when we got dosed on the air? Same way. I forgot about that.
Awful experience for me.
I loved it. But it's a totally different high. It's not like smoking pot. It's basically like you start tripping. And people don't know how to handle it. Particularly cops. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on the Run and Fez show.
Hey, what I wanted to tell you is I heard that whole 9/11 call. They were playing on CNN last week in the airport. Later on in the call, the cop goes, "I think I'm hallucinating," and the 9/11 operator goes, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, because I'm watching a hockey game and the Sabres are winning. Are they really winning the game?"
He thought he was so high it seemed like Buffalo was having luck.
Yeah. And then also in the call, he goes, "I think my wife. How's your wife?" He goes, "I don't know." She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, can you see her?" He goes, "Yeah." "Was she breathing?" "Yeah, I think so. Let me ask her." The guy was so stoned. It was great.
You're so high, you don't know what you're doing. And I guarantee you, not only are you not going to be a cop, you got to move out of town. Something that embarrassing happens. You're a Mr. and Mrs. John Doe from that point on.
Oh yeah, everyone's dragged into it now. The whole family.
When you're that high that you're like, I think we might be dead, and the other person doesn't say shut up and just fucking gets freaked by it, just gets weirded out even more. Here's it's our buddy Hard Rock Johnny. Johnny.
Hello, boys.
Yeah.
I just called because I got dosed when I was at Mardi Gras one year in New Orleans, and it was just horrible.
Was it acid?
It was brownies, but man, there had to be something else in it because I was just so fucked up. But
Are you sure? Because you really like brownies.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
That's the problem. I ate too many.
Had you ever eaten pot before?
Yeah, sure, man.
It's really a different thing. It's different to gauge it.
Yeah.
It's different to know how much because you don't get to do, like 7 or 8 hits and go, wait a minute, I better pace now, You got to fucking ride that bear.
It was hard, and I tried to, and I was so close to just getting my hands around it and just enjoying it.
Right.
And that's when I was going back to the hotel and the walls were breathing.
Yeah.
And I just almost had my hands around it, and I was like, man, I can ride this out and have fun. And then I just lost it again, and it was hard. It was like the worst because, you're walking around the streets. Mardi Gras is just crazy as it is.
Right.
And there's people walking around with masks on, and it's just like insanity, and you're tripping your face off, and you don't really necessarily want to be. And it's just like, whoa, is this really happening? And the things that really are happening you don't think are. And it was just so freaky. And then at one point I think I couldn't determine what was real and what was fake, and it was horrible. And I almost got it, and then I just lost it.
The one time I got dosed, and it was about 3 or 4 of us, and I'm sure it was ticks, some kind of fucking horse tranquilizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 4 of us end up kind of paralyzed, laying on the floor, this fucking hardwood floor in this shitty, goddamn row house. Not that all row houses are shitty, but this one was kept pretty tacky. I think we were in Kensington, and so we're laying there, we can't move. And for some reason, the stereo is just blasting, I guess, from the party before. But now it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And my eyes are kind of open, but my body is just not moving at all. And I hear this, banging. And the cops come in, right? They step over top of us. And I see them turning the stereo down. And he's like, I don't want you to leave this down. You're waking up the neighbors and shit. And I actually went like this. As he steps back over us and leaves. I just wanted someone to fucking shoot me.
Gravity becomes an enemy at that point.
Isn't it always?
Yeah, I guess so.
It was so rough.
Where'd you get that line, by the way? Ron and Fez show. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Thanks, Johnny.
All right, boys. See ya.
All right, peace. Here is Dennis. Dennis, you're on Fez.
Yeah, you're right about pot being such a different kind of buzz. I mean, I've been as fucked up as I've ever been on pot brownies with a bunch of my friends. You just take it, and I'm telling you, man, it's like you said, it'll just floor you. It looked like somebody dropped a drunk bomb in this guy's house. There's about 7 or 8 of us just laying on the floor. There's nothing you could do.
Yeah, you cannot deal. That's what happened when this little old lady dosed me and Fez with these cookies on the air. And Fez actually thought I put him in a mental hospital.
Yeah, because I started puking like Tony Soprano last Sunday and kind of went out on the bathroom floor and saw all the little tiles really up close on the floor and thought it was like the padded walls of an insane asylum.
I gave him the only advice I know, ride it out. Then I put on some John Mayo, and me and Flipper were just like, hey, we didn't sign up for this, but now, headphones on, we got the blues, let's fucking Chicago style this thing until we feel a grip on it. That's the only thing you can do. And I also gave you everything that you're thinking and feel is in your own mind. Ride it, baby. Ride it.
I could not take that advice.
There's nothing else you can possibly do. You know, it's like when you're out in the surf, the last thing you want to do is try to swim against the crashing surf. You want to turn around and body surf that fucker in.
What kind of freaking idiot takes pot and expects time to, to accelerate?
But haven't you ever been tripping and got into that weird thing like with a clock of how could it still be? How could it still be? And then you and your friend go, yeah, I think I just peaked. Yeah, I peaked. So, it was weird for me a couple minutes ago because I just peaked. And you can still feel that fucker rising up, man. And it's gripping you and pulling you down.
It's fucking forever.
Yeah.
And I had a story. 2 friends of mine, Jimmy and Charlie, were teaching me in high school how to drive stick shift on one of those old Buick Opals.
Why, you tripping?
And no, we had eaten a whole pan of pot brownies.
Oh, yeah.
So we're driving out in the country, and this is, Baltimore County. It's fairly hilly, and I'm coming down a hill, and the guys are going shift, and I don't know what. I'm like thinking about fields and valleys.
Right.
I go straight down, run an intersection, crash through a fence, and drive right through the middle of a mushroom farm, and bury the car in the dirt.
And then you give it that, wow.
Yeah, it was like, what a rush.
That was weird. One time, and I hate to even get into this, and all drugs are bad, but one time tripping, we're in this friend of mine's convertible, and me and the chick, this other chick, we get up in the back while he's driving, and we sat up on the top of it, and we were like waving to people like we were in a fucking, like we were in a parade. And the two of us were so happy. And we're like, this is just so great, man. Everybody's into it. And we're waving to people. And in my mind, they were really fucking glad to see us. And I hate to say it, it might have been as happy as I've ever been in my life. I felt like I'd just been back from the moon. We're driving down the street. Thanks. Hey, you look great. Stupid fucking assholes.
Idol goes home.
Let's play the cop who can't handle the pot brownies again.
A councilman from Dearborn, Michigan is outraged over a 911 call. He wants to know why no charges have been filed against a police officer who admits to confiscating marijuana from suspects and then baking it in brownies. And once he and his wife were full and high, they thought they'd overdosed and called 911.
I think I'm having an overdose, and so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. But I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Do you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Well, instead of being charged...
They're snorting laughing.
Instead of being charged,
snorting
the police
laughing.
department let the officer resign. His wife was not charged either. So far, police officials.
Snorting laughing. They love it so much. Here is Ed. Ed, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Ron, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
The thing is with marijuana is when you bake it into brownies or you cook it, it enhances the THC in it, and THC is a hallucinogenic. It's like, taking your pipe and cleaning the residue out of it, smoking that. So
I mean, it is fucking intense. I remember doing a thing, too, where we ate a bunch of fucking brownies and we're all just fucking wasted on them, and I'm like, I got to get out of here. I left the house. I might have taken 4.5 steps before I U-turned. I came back in. I'm going, really fucking weird out there, man. I don't think you ever want to leave this room. Right now, we know we're safe here in this room. Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie, you're a genius, man.
I was telling Fez that. You called me a liar.
I called you a genius.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Anyway, we were taking acid one night. It's like 4:30 in the morning. It's winding down. This kid walks into the room, stumbles in, buys a hit of acid off my buddy, pops it in his mouth, looks at the clock, and goes, "It's 4:30 in the afternoon, right?" And we just looked at him and go, "No, man, it's the morning." And he just looked back.
You fucked up again.
Yeah, you fucked up is right.
Yeah. Peace. Justin, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddy, 3622.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, thank you. The guy before said that it intensifies by baking it. It's kind of wrong. The reason is when you smoke it, you lose a lot of the THC through side stream, what you blow back out your mouth, and when you ingest it, you get 100% of the hit, so it'll freak people out. There's actually a disclaimer on the website where I got the recipe that said to watch yourself.
Well, I would say with any kind of illegal drug use, watch yourself may be the operative word, since you really got nobody else to do it for you.
At what point did they feel a legal disclaimer was necessary when they're already talking about pot?
What I love about it is how many freakouts do you have to go through before you eventually stop? It really takes you a couple hundred before you're going, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I was hiding under the boardwalk for 3 hours. That's a whole different story. Me and my friends thought that these fucking guys were taking kids under the boardwalk. They were working in a fun house. We had it on. Well, one of my friends fucking came up with the theory that he was taking kids down under the boardwalk, and then the rest of us lost it. That fuck. Oh, just sick. Just terrible.
Ronnie B. Fez W. The Ron and Fez Show.